In 1952, the U.S. government established a unit for the systematic study of UFOs. Project Blue Book was the code name. This project was terminated in 1969. Their conclusion? UFOs don't exist. We know otherwise. In 2022, QNC developed Project Notebook for the systematic identification, investigation, and completion of unfinished objects, or UFOs. We will prove not only that UFOs exist, but that they can be finished. The truth is out there. Try it now.
Am I on? I'm on. Okay, welcome to QNC headquarters, where we are going to solve your quilting unfinished objects problems. I am Agent A, and of course, with technical difficulties here, that's because Agent L is out getting our son, and so that's it.
Junior Agent J.
Junior Agent J is on his way home for fall break, and it has thrown everything for a loop. But that's okay. We are going to help you solve your quilting problems here on this live for Friday the 13th. Agent W couldn't make it this evening, but I do have a special guest way from down under. Welcome! I have no idea what we're calling him, so he can introduce himself.
From down under.
Way down.
Throwing some souls on the Barbie, huh?
But we and I want to know what that so last weekend.
This is such a weird body.
Yeah, I know. Just hold on for just a second. So last weekend we have Agent D behind the camera. He's the one who screwed up the mic stuff. We're gonna blame it all on him. And so Agent D is behind the camera. And last weekend, Agent D.
He's guarding my sacrifices, right?
He's guarding your sacrifices, absolutely. He worked on with his
He doesn't guard them. I might have to take them from
He
him.
worked on with his two of his best pals. He worked on creating an exoplanet for the NASA Space Apps Challenge. And by golly, if they didn't win the daggone thing. And so they are global nominees. And I want to know what exactly the core of the Earth that this thing came from, Agent D, since you were totally working with cores of exoplanets. What would he come from?
The Earth is flat. There is no core. Didn't you ever read Jules Verne?
That came from Jules Verne?
Well, I mean, you've got the subterranean dinosaur layer, and then you've got...
Help me out here, Agent D. Where did he come from? A volcano, that's fine. There were tons and tons of volcanoes on the, what were you called? Your name. What was your team's name? They were the exoplanetary dragons, and their planet had tons and tons.
Dragons are real.
Yes, well, of course dragons are real. We can sit down? Okay.
I'm allowed to sit.
Agent A says we should sit down. So tell us, what is your name? Agent H. Are you Agent? Really having problems with his body.
Is it vaccinated?
Well, it probably is.
Oh, God, it's so hard to possess vaccinated bodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why this is. That explains it. Okay.
Oh boy.
Science. Yeah.
See, that's what we did
It's
all
like
weekend
magic,
last
but
weekend.
real. Oh.
So how can we help you guys this evening with your unfinished objects in your sewing room?
I have a suggestion.
Okay, I would love to hear the suggestion.
I have heard multiple shop hoppers talk about the purgatory they live in due to the number of panels that they have, and they can't find projects to do with.
Oh, that's right, because panels are such an easy thing to buy when you go to a quilt shop.
They love to come in and buy the panel. They love to see the panel. They're beautiful, but they have nothing to do with them. So, Agent W sacrificed a piece of his soul so that I could come here and let you in on
That's where Agent W
some
is this
secrets. Downstairs, in a matter of minutes, I was able to find at least these 6, if not more, panel projects easily adapted to any panel that you may have. Panels do not have to be a conundrum. You do not have to make sacrifices to me anymore. I don't mind the sacrifices, but they're getting a little out of hand. I mean,
I don't know if it's hooked up. So we will put some of these. I think that the easiest thing to do is to put some of these in the chat.
That would be easy if Agent D has the ability to do so.
Agent D, could you go to the website and click some links so that we can get these into the chat so that they can see these beautiful panel patterns?
I am so used to temperatures so far in excess of this. Why is this body sweating?
Right. That's because this place still doesn't have air conditioning.
Body is just awful. How do you mortals deal with this?
It's global warming. So,
well, I'm trying to get the global warming to go, but people keep fighting me all the time on it.
So we're gonna put some of these panel projects up on the website, and we have some other unfinished ways that you can get some unfinished projects finished. And a lot of folks really love to do that quilting part where you're piecing and putting all those blocks together, but then you get to the point where you have to quilt it, and especially if it's a large quilt, you have some issues. And so I'm hoping that if I wave this a little bit, you can see the gorgeous long arm quilting, and now you can't see my head, the gorgeous long arm quilting on the quilt, and you can, yes, hold my head up. Thank you. And so
right there.
Long arm quilting can just enhance all that gorgeous, gorgeous piecing that you have done. And it takes that quilt and turns it into a finished project versus an unfinished project. And that's what we're all here for, right? So, and there's not just this edge to edge. This is edge to edge quilting right here. No big deal. I think, this is super easy. Most long armers can get it done really quickly. And if you are looking at some unfinished projects that you'd really like done for Christmas, this Area 208 can help you out. We can get that thing on the long arm for you really quick and get it done and finished for you by Christmas. Now, do not bring me, though, a custom. This is a gorgeous piece of art.
That's what you were doing last week. I
Yes.
heard you so loudly.
Yes. It's a gorgeous piece of art. And a little nerve-wracking for us long armors. We do take your work extremely seriously.
I thought there was a demon trying to take over my throne.
Yeah, it's not quite done yet, and that's why there's the demon in there. It's an unfinished project. But I wanted to demonstrate. I'm not quite sure if Derek could maybe move the camera so that you could see the quilting. Can you turn the lens on the camera so that I can get up a little
plug
closer?
in the other one.
I don't know if it will. Can you focus in? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. So that's the front of it. And then on the back, can you see that quilting?
Yeah.
So there are feathers and cross hatching on the quilt so that you can see so it brings out the stuff that's on the front. And then I also did some stippling here around all these wonderful applique. I mean, just this thing is the most gorgeous thing. I mean, look at this. I can't, Derek, can you move the camera around so I can see again? This is the this one is one of my favorites, but this one absolutely just shimmers. This quilter is amazing. And that quilting, by doing that stippling all around that quilting, popped everything right out.
And I so look forward to devouring their soul when it finally comes to me after this quilt.
What?
It was a minor deal, but they sold it anyway.
So those are some suggestions to helping you get some UFOs done. And now is the time. If you have things that you are looking for Christmas, this is the time. And then one other UFO that I am currently dealing with is this gorgeous heading west. And we'll put this into the thing too, as Derek is working diligently to get things into the chat. I'm sorry, Agent D. And so this is Heading West. This is a class we're having on Tuesday, and it is Friday, and this is what I have. And so, yes, I will have the sample completely done tomorrow before I leave here, which might be 8 p.m. if I don't have time to work on it in the morning. But this is the start of this gorgeous bag. And I don't know, do we have any slots left in the class?
Yes.
We do have some slots left in the class. And so if you are interested in doing the class, let us know as soon as possible so we can get you set. It's going to be requiring some cutting beforehand. Yes, Agent A?
That's it. I was just wondering if it's heading west.
Heading west.
Okay, it's a couple of patterns are
HEAD apostrophe.
Okay, so it found it. So we have it. So we're sticking those patterns into the chat as we speak. And yeah, so as far as getting this done, why is it taking me so long? Besides this evil influence that I have over here, oh yeah, I've done curves. Agent A is saying it's because I haven't done curves. It has curves in it. I'm Agent A, she's Agent G. So Agent A back saying,
I'm just the old one.
oh, okay. And so yeah, this one has a lot of curves in it. And so I'm learning a new pattern, that's all it is. And so whenever I learn something new, I don't know if you're the same. Whenever I'm learning something new, it takes me a bit longer because I have to understand the directions. I have to read the directions. And as you can tell, it's not quite exactly right yet. But it still has several trees to go applique wise. And so all those little things that I have totally messed up, but won't mess up in class on Tuesday, are going to be covered by trees anyway. So I love applique. Applique is my friend. So this is just going to be the most precious thing ever. And I might on Tuesday have to make one that is fall colors. Wouldn't that be awesome? And then we're also going to do a video for this bag. So if you're interested, we will not leave you hanging, I promise. And then let's see what else. At the beginning of the video, Hades here was talking about how we're getting lots of comments about just about how to use panels. And so don't forget that with panels, you can use 3-yard books. 3-yard books are fantastic to be able to create or use up those panels, especially when you've got panels that have little things in them. And so you can get these, I promise you can get these projects done by Christmas. It's going to happen. I know it seems like Christmas is tomorrow, but it is. I mean, let's face it, we're in October now. Christmas is going to be here before we know it. So now is the time to be thinking about those unfinished projects that you have and you want to get done by Christmas. By the time you get to November, it's getting a little bit late to be thinking about those things. So go ahead. We have Quilt and Code has a registration, or not a registration, a reservation program for quilting projects. So if you have a pieced quilt that you would like long-armed, give us a call, get on our list so that you can continue working on that quilt. But you will get that quilt before Christmas if we know you're coming before the end of November.
I'll try not to hold you up.
Yes. Yes. Please don't do that because,
I'm just so glad to hear you rave about applique. I was so proud of myself when I invented it.
I know. What does that make me if I love applique?
But he doesn't like it.
No, Agent W is not an applique fan. I am the applique fan.
I know you are.
Created it just for me. Yes.
You've got your panels behind you.
We do have Halloween panels behind us. So back here, if you're trying to get into that Halloween spirit, we just told you that panels are not a problem here at this shop. And so we can help you learn how to use them. This one in particular right back here is perfect. I keep my head down low. This one right here is perfect because you could just put borders on it and you have a quilt right there. And then the same thing with this one.
We may still have the pattern for that downstairs as well.
This one. And then right here, this Welcome to the Dark Side is already a yard panel. So you wouldn't need to do much but quilt it. And this is the perfect opportunity if you're looking to do some specialized quilting and practice your quilting skills. This is the perfect, in fact, that sounds like so much fun. I wish I had time to do that. You could outline your birds. You could do swirls, you could add ghosts, you could add bats, you could, practice all of those long arming skills on this panel would be, look at all that space that you have to put using some gold or orange thread. That would be awesome. This one would lend itself really well into a 3-yarder because it's got some nice big pieces. And then this one over here, you could either use as a big piece or you could break it up into a larger one with smaller ones around it.
Like the woodland frost.
Right, like the woodland frost that we're putting up as a, that one's not coming up. We'll make sure that one is, we will do a, I know the body's just getting to you. If I'd have known.
It's like my presence is unwanted.
So anything else that I've left out for what you guys can do? And if you guys have suggestions for how you need to finish your UFOs, we'd be glad to help you out. So you can just come to our headquarters at Area 208, which would be Quilt and Code. And any one of our agents would be glad to help you out, including...
I may be here.
Yeah. Seeing as
I hang around.
Seeing as it's coming toward the end of the month and that day of Halloween is coming. You will probably
the
be
door
around.
to the underworld is
Right.
open.
It's choice. It's just drawing
It's
you up here.
unlocked, and I
Right.
love to frolic around. And every now and then devour a politician. And
Oh, wouldn't that
they're
be nice?
So tasty. The sins. All the sins. Oh, yes. Especially the unvaccinated ones. They're so tasty.
Anyway, we are now going to visit with Agent A. Excuse me, I'm Agent A. We're going to now go visit with Agent L and Agent Junior J, as he is now coming home from spring for fall break. And we're going to let you take a break from this little body here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for joining us on this Friday the 13th. We hope that your unfinished projects are getting finished as quickly as possible. And we'll keep you in tune with how to keep them every 13th of the month. So, bye, you guys.
Bye.